Well, trading on the floor of the Nigerian exchange is open today. The exchange in London opened an hour ago. The New York exchange is yet to open, while in China, opening bells went off at 2 a.m. local time. Welcome to the opening bell segment. Before we get into all those juicy conversations with reference to activities from our selected exchanges, let's take a look at some business news stories that are making the rounds. So starting out from the global economy, it was reported that India and Japan have finalized designs for bullet trains. India and Japan are set to finalize design specifications for bullet trains on the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail corridor, modifying Shinkansen trains for India conditions, which will facilitate the tender process. And still from the global economy, I'm interested to know that, well, South Korean team develops Iron Man robot to help paraplegics walk. The exoskeleton laboratory team in Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, KAIST, have developed a lightweight wearable robot that can walk up to paraplegic users and lock itself onto them, enabling them to walk, maneuver obstacles, and climb staircases, as their goal is to create a robot that seamlessly integrates into the daily lives of individuals with disabilities. Oh, well, details of this stories and more will come to you on the segment Global Business. And away from that, let's jump right now to the floors of our featured exchanges. And like they say, charity begins at home. So we start on the floors of the Nigerian Stock Exchange this morning, where the NGX All-Share Index, that's at GSITI, closed on a high, rising by 0.22% to close at 101,356.13 points. A total of 503,189,878 shares valued at 16,271,901,608 naira 63 kobo were traded across 12,490 deals with equity capitalization of 61,440,951,274,121 naira and 3 kobo. Now let's take a look at the biggest gainers and losers of the day. I'm interested to know that the biggest gainer of the day was Okumu Oil, which rose by 10%. Other gainers were the likes of Champion, Mansard, MIS, and Living Trust. On the other hand, though, Austin Laz topped the losers list with a decline of 9.84%. Other losers were the likes of Aradel, Wando, Veritas Cap, and Elmotech. We will go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll be looking at activities from all the featured exchanges. I'm talking about the likes of the New York Stock Exchange, the London Stock Exchange, Shanghai, and Shenzhen exchanges, which of course are in China. The Afia Business Morning, indeed, opening bell. We'll be right back after this time out. Stay tuned. Yeah, welcome back to the Afia Business Morning, and you're watching Opening Bell. And we're moving straight to the floors of all the featured exchanges, and we're continuing on the floors of the New York Stock Exchange this morning, where it's mostly dips in index values across the board, with just 3 rises there being those of the NYSE FANG-TM Index, the Nasdaq Composite, the Nasdaq 100, which are up at 1.25%, 1.03%, and 0.85%, respectively. And then, on the other hand, the NYSE US Composite DJ, beg your pardon, is down at 0.28%. The NYSE US 100 Index is down at 0.42%. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 0.57%, and the S&P 500 Index also down at 0.07%. And away from that, we're moving to London. And interestingly, on the London Stock Exchange is mostly rises in index values across the world, except, of course, for the FTSE 250, which is down at 0.20%. However, the FTSE 100 is up at 0.01%. The FTSE 350 is up at 0.10%. The FTSE All-Share Index is up at 0.17%. And, we move over to China now, and then the Chinese Stock Exchange is starting off with Shenzhen, where it is all dips in index values across board. The Shenzhen Component Index is down 0.02%. The SZSE Composite Index is down at a huge margin of 2.29%. The China's Index is down also at 0.18%. Now the question is, would this be the same order of events when we go to the next exchange? Still in China, I'm talking about the Shanghai Exchange. Well, it's an even distribution of rises and dips in index values across board, with the SSE Composite Index, Star 50 Index, and SSE 380 Index down at 0.36%, 1.25%, and 1.33% respectively. However, the SSE 50 Index, the SSE 180 Index, and the CSI 300 Index are up at 0.86%, 0.30%, and 0.15% respectively. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at commodity prices as well as our consumer price watch and the open market. You may want to follow this program and watching live, if you can, on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business, and while you're there, do what, hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe as well, so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. The Afia Business Morning, and indeed the Opening Bell. We'll be right back after this time out. Stay tuned. You're welcome back, and I am Ubong Kings. It's still the Afia Business Morning, and you're watching Opening Bell right here on Afia TV. It's time to check in on commodity prices, and we'd like to start with precious metals this morning. And incidentally, it's downward movement for gold today. Gold is down at 0.30%. However, silver, platinum, and palladium are all up at 0.06%, 1.58%, and 1.49%, respectively. Now, moving on, let's take a look at what's happening as far as energy is concerned. Energy is our next point of call. I think we have more dips than rises in index values across board. The only commodities that are up are ethanol, brass river, and quibo, which are all up at 1.55%, 0.01%, and 0.01%, respectively. Now, natural gas is down, on the other hand, at 2.48%. Coal is down 0.31%. Oil Brent is down 0.90%. Oil Bonylite is down also at 2.84%. And then moving on, let's take a look at what's happening on, as far as industrial metals are concerned. Industrial metals, well, is more of rises than dips. The only two commodities that are down here are lead and iron ore, which are both down at 0.28% and 0.81%. But then aluminum is up at 1.16%. Copper is up 0.70%. Nickel up 1.16%. Zinc and tin up at 0.26% and 0.22%, respectively. You are watching the Afia Business Morning right here on Afia TV, live from Enugu State, Nigeria. This is the Opening Bell, and you may want to follow the program. Join it live on, of course, on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly tap in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. And while you're there, don't want to hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. Up next, we'll be taking a look at the hikes in prices of food commodities in the April market, as well as the hikes in, well, fuel prices. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow on the Opening Bell when the exchanges reopen for trading. The Afia Business Morning will be right back with the segment Global Business. My name is Ubong Kings. Stay tuned.
a chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by
The Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell, where we see activities from our select stock exchanges. The global business, where we bring you up to speed on business activities making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports, as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday 10 a.m. to 12 noon, exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
Thank you for rejoining me on the Afia Business Morning. Welcome to Global Business, and here we'll be taking a look at business news stories around the world. My name is Ubon Kings. Here are the headlines that I'm tracking at the moment. And starting off from business news stories, this particular one here from around India and Japan. It says that India and Japan have finalized designs for bullet trains. And away from that, the South Korean team develops Iron Man robot to help people walk. And away from that, TikTok is in news because Albania has banned TikTok after the death of a teenager. We'll bring you details of these stories and more right after this time out. Stay tuned. You're watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning, and we will begin with business news stories from the Asian continent, where it's reported that, India and Japan are set to finalize the design specifications for bullet trains on the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail MAHSR corridor, modifying Shinkansen trains for Indian corridors, which will facilitate the tender process. Meanwhile, the Japanese Shinkansen trains are undergoing modifications to suit Indian conditions, where the redesign includes enhanced luggage capacity and capability to function in temperature above 50 degrees Celsius, as the trains are being adapted to handle India's dust conditions as well. Incidentally, Indian Railways is developing domestic manufacturing capabilities for bullet trains and signaling systems suitable for high-speed rail corridors, whilst continuing imports from Japan. You know, this story for me is incredibly interesting, right? Now, yes, agreed, India was once considered the poverty capital of the world, surpassing Nigeria sometime in 2018. But as it stands right now, according to a 2024 Global Finance report, India has shown significant growth that it has brought it to a place of prominence that Nigeria at the moment can only boast of. That's the truth. Because out of the 10 largest economies in the world, guess what? India comes in at the 5th position, just before, of course, the UK. And it only comes after the US, China, Germany, and Japan, meaning these 4 countries are before, before India. But after that, after India, we have the likes of the UK, France, Italy, Canada, and Brazil, which comes, like I said, right after India in the ratings. Key point, now from third world to pretty much in between the first world, second world country. Little wonder, India and Japan are set to finalize designs for bullet trains. Underline that, bullet trains. Now, a key indicator, so to speak, of economic growth would be its transportation sector. And clearly, India has demonstrated this growth yet again. Now, for the sake of emphasis, bullet trains, also known as Shinkansen in Japan, originated in Japan as a solution, listen to this part, as a solution for the country's growing demand for rail travel. Growing demand, solution. Now, understand is that these bullet trains in question are high-speed passenger trains that travel mostly on Japanese railway network. Now it will be a functional part of the Indian transportation infrastructure. Now that reminds me, how well has our own rail system fared here in Nigeria? Just food for thought. Think about it. Moving on to other stories making the rounds this morning. And this time Starbucks is in the news because Starbucks workers have extended their ongoing strike to 4 more cities, including New York. This is according to the union, which represents more than 10,000 coffee shop workers, as the strike continues to disrupt operations in the newly added cities. Meanwhile, the strike stemmed from failed negotiations between Starbucks and union representatives, with disputes over wages, staffing levels, and work schedules remaining unresolved. However, discussions between Starbucks and the union began in April, where the company recently reported conducting over 8 negotiation sessions, resulting in 30 agreements. Now, if you ask me, I would say that, well, if you've pretty much noticed in recent times, we have been seeing stories of unions and workers having issues with employers or vice versa. Meanwhile, the strike in question, when we're talking about Starbucks, stems from failed negotiations between Starbucks and union representatives, with disputes over, number one, key thing, wages. I mean, the global economy is showing a lot of slowing down, so yes, it will affect wages, yes. Staffing levels and work schedules, which of course, these 3 things have remained pretty much unresolved. And interestingly too, these discussions between Starbucks and union began way back in April. And interestingly too, also, over 8 negotiation sessions have been recorded, and they say 30 agreements have been made. But then that in itself, even with these agreements, Starbucks workers have still extended, the ongoing strike to 4 more cities, right, including, of course, New York. But then, it's something striking comes to mind, and that has to do with the fact that the truth is, Starbucks is lucky that this is just happening or contained within America, because by way of research, it shows that Starbucks has, stores in over 80 countries in the world. Over 80 countries, including Japan, Chile, South Korea, South Africa, United Kingdom, and of course, and others. Meanwhile, it's important to note that it is an ongoing 5-day strike which commenced on Friday last week and initially resulted in the closures of Starbucks cafes in Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle, and now has extended to locations in New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, and St. Louis. But then, fingers crossed, we'll see how this pans out eventually. We'll get to know whether or not the issues were resolved. You're still watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning and Afia TV. Kindly join in the conversation. You can watch it live also on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly tap in the search bar www.youtube.com/@Afia Business. And while you're there, do well to hit the like button. Remember, you could and you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. Up next, we'll be seeing more business news stories from the world of tech right after this time out. Stay tuned. The Afia Business Morning and indeed Global Business. We'll be right back. You're welcome back to the Afia Business Morning, Afia TV, and you're watching Global Business. Down to the rest of our stories. Moving on to business news stories from the world of tech, it's reported that Albania has recently announced a one-year ban on the popular short videos app TikTok as part of a broader plan to make schools safer, and is set to come into effect early next year, following the killing of a 14-year-old boy by a fellow pupil last month after arguments between the two boys on social media, which raised fears over the influence of social media on children. Meanwhile, in one of the world's toughest regulations targeting big tech, Australia in November approved a complete social media ban for children under 16, where also several European countries, including France, Germany and Belgium, have enforced restrictions on social media use for children. Now, for the sake of emphasis, really, there is a huge demarketing, as it were, of TikTok, as it were, in recent times in a lot of climes all over the world. Let me refresh your memory first, okay? Now, that was Australia, like this story did talk about. There was Australia. In November, they had approved a complete social media ban for children under 16. And then there was the USA asking, well, let's scratch that, not asking, demanding that ByteDance is the parent company of TikTok, divest its powers and ownership of TikTok to some other company. Now it is Albania, a developing country on the southeastern Europe's Balkan Peninsula, with an upper middle income economy driven by the service sector, with manufacturing and tourism, of course, playing significant roles. Now it's their turn to ban the app. Now, the sad reality is that all of this started online as cyberbullying. That's what it was, basically, because the story does make reference to the fact that both of them had arguments online. That's where it started. And that you can't rule out the fact that there's a lot of cyberbullying these days, and it is pretty much detrimental to a person's mental and physical health, because victims can experience significant social isolation and feel unsafe. It can also lead to emotional and physical harm, loss of self-esteem, feelings of shame and anxiety, concentration and learning difficulties. But then again, in this case scenario, it led to the killing of a 14-year-old boy. We'll find out how this pans out eventually, and keep you updated on this story. But then, still from the world of tech, and in an attempt to end this bulletin, let's tell you that the exoskeleton laboratory team at the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, KAIST, have developed a lightweight wearable robot that can walk up to paraplegic users and lock itself onto them, enabling them to walk, maneuver obstacles and climb staircases, as their goal is to create a robot that seamlessly integrates into the daily lives of individuals with disabilities. The powered exoskeleton, named Walk-On Suit F1, features aluminum and titanium composition to weigh in at 50 kilograms and is powered by 12 electronic motors that stimulate the movements of human joints while walking, as well as sensors on its soles and in the upper body that monitor 1,000 signals per second and anticipate the user's intended movements. You know, I was pretty much literally blown away when I saw this story, really, because I'm short of words, yeah? But I'll try to put this in perspective. I mean, this is a country that has advanced technological-wise, and we keep, making monies for the tech sector in Nigeria, but how much of this have we seen come out, really? Now, if we compare, let's not compare, let's leave it. Anyway, I'm marveled because I'm going to share with you a video that depicts this tech in its earlier years, which was captured from as far back as 8 years ago. And it does center on how the Iron Man robot suits were commercialized, were to be commercialized actually, in Korea. Let's take a look at it very quickly, and when we come back, we'll wrap this up.
Korean auto giant Hyundai Motor Group has unveiled photos of robot exoskeletons through its blog post on Friday after 6 years of research and development in the area. Just like in the famous Hollywood blockbuster Iron Man, the wearable robotic device is used to give the controller extra strength and assistance. Hyundai said that the new technology can be applied in many areas, including national defense, production, and even physical rehabilitation. The exoskeleton still under development can make it possible for the wearer to lift an object weighing over 60 kilograms and assist him or her in physical movements.
To help the people walk while going upstairs and downstairs, and just for the better life quality.
Major large firms in and out of the country are also striving to develop and make use of the wearable robot technology in various industries.
Oh, well, we'll see how all of this pans out eventually, because we're following up with this and letting you know how it turns out. Eventually, you can be part of the conversation. Get to our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel, and you can watch it live. Drop up a comment or two. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/@Afia Business.
a chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests, and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Unka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
The Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell, where we see activities from our selected stock exchanges. The global business, where we bring you up to speed on business activities making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports, as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, the show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.